as officials and human rights organizations continue to blame each other in the aftermath of that deadly fire at that 5-story building in Joburg. Our reporters, of course, continue to bring you the latest on this tragedy. And at the moment, we're joined by senior reporter Aviwe Mtila. He's part of the team that is monitoring the latest developments this afternoon. Aviwe, where exactly have you been deployed to, and what are you seeing today compared to what you saw yesterday afternoon into the evening?
Maseko, I'm at the Hoffland Recreation Center, where it's turning into a shelter now as dozens of people are coming in, those that have been left destitute by the fire, of course, that raged through from the early hours of yesterday and have no homes now. They're now moving into this particular shelter, and we'll be getting the latest in terms of the numbers. But what we're also seeing are the different embassies that are slowly starting to trickle in as they try to help their countrymen. On the ground here, I have the Speaker of the City of Johannesburg, Colleen Makubele, as well as the Deputy High Commissioner of the High Commission of Tanzania. Let's start with the Speaker. Thank you for joining us at eNCA, but maybe let's find out how many people are housed here. We see that there are lots of donations that are coming in.
Yeah, thank you very much. And once again, good afternoon to our viewers at home. In this shelter, we're in Hoffland. We've got about just over 100. We've got 53 men who are here, 51 females, and then we've got about 6 or so kids, and they range from different ages. There are toddlers, and then there are those that are really infants. So it's a combination, and it's also a combination of South Africans and foreign nationals. As you can see, we're here with the Tanzanian foreign nationals. We're here with the Tanzanian High Commissioner, who was addressing the Tanzanian nationals and giving them hope, number one. Number two, urging them to come forward, register their names. And I think it's important to pass this message to South Africans. Not all of them were illegal. Some of them, they have documentation which was banned, and the embassy is going to verify that. Those that do not have, they have started a process how they're going to assist them to get properly documented or sent home, at the right time as we process this. So there's a combination. And one thing that I also want to say is to thank the stakeholders, the corporates. We've got Coca-Cola, Vodacom, MES, the Jewish Board. We've got Clinics Health Group that have come forward and given a whole lot of donations, from toiletries to clothes to blankets to toys to sanitary pads, food, etc. Gift of the givers, and everybody who's coming forward to give something. It goes a long way, because families are here with just the clothes on their back, and they have to start all over again.
And is this the only shelter from that's housing the people that were left destitute by the fire? And is this a permanent plan, or what's going to happen?
This is, of course, a temporary shelter. The idea is that the people, once things calm down and we identify proper housing, they must be redirected to some of our housing stock that we have. I know the city is working on that. And also, it's not the only shelter that we have. We understand and we know that we're expecting over 200 people. It's only about 120 plus who are here. We know that about 60 or 70 are still left on the ground, and some of them are afraid to be taken by the buses to the shelter because they think that's where issues for them are going to start with the law, etc. And it's not the case. We are going to be sending buses once again. There's a shelter in Hillbrow that province is assisting with. We want those 70 or so odd people to be housed there as well. There's no need for somebody to sleep hungry, to sleep outside. We want all of them to be housed. We've already said, South Africans, foreign nationals, please come, let us help you. The processes to, with DECO and other arms of government to deal with documentation will proceed, in due course. But for now, let us really deal with those that are affected, sick, those that are desolate. We don't want anyone on the streets.
And just lastly, High Commission of Tanzania has been engaging with you. What are they saying? What are the pleas from Tanzania?
Look, they have made it very clear, which was encouraging, to say, of course, this was unexpected, but they are not going to condone any lawlessness. Those that do not have documentation, they've appealed to them. come out now. We are going to start a process to assist you to get properly documented or sent home in a dignified manner. Those that have lost their passports and documentation, they're going to assist them as well. They have those records in the system to reprint them and make sure that, they are properly cared for. And they'll also look within their means how they're going to assist them once again, to get a proper housing, and especially those that are legal, and so that they get their lives back in order again. We also have the Malawian High Commissioner here. We'll also be engaging with them. And the idea is to hold each other's hands. This is a humanity crisis. We are still emphasizing it. We're going to work with all the high commissioners and with whoever comes forth to say, help us, we've got these foreign nationals, and make sure that they are directed to the right arms of government. Every paperwork is done in order. Whatever we can do as a city for now to assist, to house people, to make sure that their food, will continue to do so.
Okay, thank you very much. And speaking of the High Commission of Malawi, remember yesterday when we were speaking to the Association of Malawi, they told us that they'd lost at least 20 people in that fire that claimed 74 lives. Now let's catch up with the High Commission of Tanzania. And just behind Mr. Mchiki here is, of course, the countrymen from Tanzania that were being addressed by the High Commission here. So thank you for joining us at eNCA. And maybe firstly, how are the people of Tanzania doing in this ordeal?
Yeah, at this place. Thank you very much, eNCA, for taking time, and good afternoon, viewers. I'm from the High Commission of Tanzania. My name is Peter Shije. Yeah, we have come here to see our people. After hearing yesterday the tragedy which happened in Johannesburg, we went there collecting information to know how many Tanzanians who have lost lives and who got injured, and to know the remaining ones. Mostly the statistics which we had from that place, we had almost like 150 Tanzanians who were staying at that building or close at that place. But up to now, 5 people have lost lives and 3 have been injured at the hospital. Here at this place, we have almost 50 to 60 who have come here while the registration is going on, and they are getting humanitarian assistance. What brought us is to join hands with the South African government and the city of Johannesburg on how to find ways to assist not only Tanzanians, but those ones who got this problem. So we will see what is happening, and then we go back. And also our government is also looking after getting the statistics and which needs which are needed to be given to the people, will give as assistance on humanitarian grounds.
Okay, so you mentioned 150 people that were staying at that building. 3 of them are currently injured and in hospital, and 5 have sadly lost their lives. Are there plans? What are the plans in getting them back home for burial? Will there be any repatriation plans, I beg your pardon, those conversations with the government of South Africa?
Yeah, usually in our traditional customs of Tanzanians, mostly, even though some people who pass away, we usually bring them at home. So we are waiting for the procedures which are being done by the government of South Africa. After being given their bodies, we'll see the situation and we'll make plans. And the High Commission is ready to be in collaboration with the Tanzanian community to make sure we are sending the bodies home. And we are also looking for the treatment, and for those ones who are in need, we are going to look on how to support them. That's why we've started coming here to look on which are the necessary things needed, not only for Tanzanians, but for all those who got this problem.
And then just maybe lastly, the official communique is that 12 of those 74 people were able to be identified. Are the 5 that passed away part of those 12, or are there still going to be DNA testing that needs to happen?
After asking those guys who were staying with them, they knew by not seeing them. So we don't know. They're among the non-identified, but through the people who were staying together with them, they are knowing that 5 of them have missed. So if we'll be among them who are not identified, we'll wait for the DNA. But if we find that they are true, the ones who died will make sure they are going to be buried at home. And the High Commission will collaborate with Tanzanian society and also with the authorities of South Africa to make sure are getting with respect their burial practices.
Okay, thank you very much. From the High Commission of Tanzania, of course, saying that they suspect 5 people lost their lives from Tanzania as they haven't been found, according to the at least 150 people from Tanzania that stayed in that building that was engulfed by flames in the early hours of yesterday.
All right, senior reporter Aviwe Mtila live for us there outside one of the shelters where some of those people will be taken. We'll catch up with you a little later, Aviwe, maybe when you're able to speak to some of the now former residents of the Osindiso building in Joburg CBD and how they are finding the shelters that they are being sent to, like the one you're at.